The best duo in Game of Thrones Season 9. Jon Snow and Arya Stark, the true heirs of the North. Season 8 ended in chaos. The Iron Throne melted, Daenerys gone, Bran crowned king, and Jon Snow cast into exile beyond the wall. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe if you love House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, and deep dives into Westerosi lore. Let's begin. Arya sailed into the unknown, seeking new worlds. But what if the story didn't end there? Welcome to Season 9 of Game of Thrones, a fan continuation where the realm's greatest duo finally reunites. This is the tale of Jon Snow and Arya Stark, the last of the wolves, the sword, and the shadow. Two souls born for survival, vengeance, and justice. This is their journey, the best duo in Season 9. The North remembers. Fade in. Snow falls heavily beyond the wall. Jon Snow, still haunted by the ghosts of war, lives in silence with Ghost and a few loyal wildlings. But rumors begin to spread, whispers of a shadow rising in the far north. Towns go quiet, wildlings disappear, tracks vanish into the ice. Meanwhile, in lands unknown to Westeros, Arya Stark sails westward aboard the Nymeria. She discovers shattered isles, strange waters, and a carved symbol she hasn't seen since the days of the Night King. She turns her ship east. She must return. Wolves reunite. As Jon investigates a mutilated village in the north, the crack of a bough breaks the silence. Arya appears, cloak dusted in frost, needle on her hip, her face sharper than ever. Jon. Arya. Arya. You didn't think you'd be rid of me forever, did you? Their reunion is quiet, intense. No words could express what they've lost. But there's no time for peace. Arya shows Jon what she found west of Westeros. Ancient runes and a sigil resembling the children of the forest. A darkness is returning, and this time, it's not bound by ice alone. The whispering cold. Reports pour in. Villages emptied overnight. Rivers frozen mid-flow. Animals mutilated with no explanation. Arya investigates with stealth. Jon confronts tribes of free folk for information. Together, they uncover an ancient truth. The others were not the only power banished by the children of the forest. Something older, wiser, waiting beneath the ice. They find a cave beneath the frostfangs. Within, murals of beings that look like men, but with mirrored eyes and twisting faces. Arya. This wasn't the Night King. This was something else. Jon. Something worse. A new threat. Back in Winterfell, Sansa Stark rules as queen in the north. Arya and Jon return, seeking soldiers and maesters. But Maester Samwell, now Grand Maester in King's Landing, sends a raven with dire news. Sam's letter details ancient scrolls recovered from Old Town, records of a forgotten race known as the Deep Cold, beings older than White Walkers, banished to the void centuries before Valyria was born. And they're waking up. Jon and Arya, reunited with Sansa, begin recruiting. Arya seeks out Gendry, now Lord of Storm's End. Jon visits the wildlings and asks Tormund to rally the North beyond the wall. The realm ignored the North once. They won't make that mistake again. Training in shadows. Arya takes Jon to Bravos. There, they visit the ruins of the House of Black and White. She trains Jon in ways he was never taught. Not to fight with power, but to fight in silence. In the dark, in death. Jon learns the art of invisibility, of movement, of fear. Arya. The sword kills the man, but the shadow breaks the army. Meanwhile, Arya learns from Jon. Leadership, compassion, hope. Together, they train warriors in both north and east. A new order of protectors. They are no longer just wolf and crow. They are legends reborn. The fall of the fist. The fist of the first men, once a symbol of resistance, falls to the deep cold. Jon and Arya, leading a force of free folk, arrive too late. Ice spikes pierce the sky. Bodies are frozen mid-scream. A lone survivor tells them, they didn't walk. They swam through the ground, like the wind with no face. Jon lights the pyres. Arya carves the symbol into stone. A warning to any who come near. This isn't just about saving the North. If the deep cold spreads, the whole world will freeze in silence. Burning legacy. Jon knows fire can defeat ice, but they need dragon flame, and there's only one dragon left, Drogon. Jon and Arya travel east, beyond Valyria, tracking Drogon's trail from Daenerys' body. They find him in a volcanic land, guarding her bones like treasure. Jon kneels. Drogon remembers him. Arya watches in awe. You really are fire and ice. Jon mounts Drogon. With Arya on a swift mare beside him, they fly westward once more. The war is coming. Winterfell under siege. The deep cold moves faster than anyone predicts. It floods into the north, freezing rivers, swallowing outposts. Sansa refuses to leave Winterfell. If the north falls, I fall with it. Jon, Arya, Sansa, and Drogon stand united at Winterfell's gates. Arya leads a team of assassins to sabotage enemy ranks. Jon rides Drogon to incinerate the enemy from above. But the cold adapts. It learns. It devours flame now, not instantly, but with every strike, it grows immune. Arya confronts one of their generals. A being of shadow and eyes like mirrors. She stabs it. Nothing. She whispers a name, death, and slices its throat. It shatters into shards. Jon watches. You really did learn from death. Sacrifice and strategy. Arya is wounded saving a boy during the retreat. Jon refuses to leave her side. Sansa coordinates with Gendry, Sam, and Brienne to send reinforcements from the Reach. Arya and Jon study the creature's remains. Sam's raven reveals one final truth. The deep cold was not banished. It was betrayed by the Night King himself, and it wants vengeance against both men and the old magic that imprisoned it. Jon realizes Bran, the three-eyed raven, may be its final target. Arya. Then we protect him, even if it kills us. Return to King's Landing. Jon and Arya fly Drogon to King's Landing, now ruled by King Bran the Broken. Arya and Bran speak alone. No words, just shared visions. She sees it, the end. Jon kneels before Bran. You're more than king now. You're the memory of the world. And they want to erase you. Bran agrees to a trap. A final confrontation at the Isle of Faces, where the oldest magic in Westeros still lives. The deep cold will come. The Isle of Faces. The heroes gather. Jon, Arya, Sansa, Gendry, Sam, Ghost, Drogon. Bran is placed at the center of the isle, linked to the weirwood trees. Arya hides among the roots. Jon rides overhead on Drogon. The deep cold arrives like a blizzard. The battle is not just fought in steel, but in visions, flame, shadow, and soul. Arya leaps from a tree, killing a general. Jon melts their ranks with flame. Bran floods their minds with memories of peace, confusing them. But one breaks through, stabs Jon in the chest, but Arya intercepts. She falls. A brother's vow. Arya lies bleeding in Jon's arms, her breath shallow. Arya, don't let them take Winterfell. Jon, you're not dying today, little sister. He rides Drogon into the he. They were never meant to rule, but they were always meant to protect. In a world of betrayal, ice, and fire, Jon Snow and Arya Stark were the duo Westeros didn't deserve, but desperately needed. This was Game of Thrones Season 9, the story of the realm's best duo. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know. Who do you think is the best duo in Game of Thrones? Vala Morgulis,